Hi everyone, it's Sandy. Thank you for joining me. I have a mini project to share with you, and I made a mini ephemera holder flip booklet. It's just a little simple, compact little booklet folder where you could store some of your ephemera pieces, some tags, or just some small cutter parts or die cuts. Postage stamps. So it's a little small size that fits in the palm of my hand, and I just thought I would see what I could make. And it has a pocket and a couple of tuck spots, and there was a couple of ways that you could make this, and you could decide how you would like to create the front part, and I'll show you how to make one of these. But let me open this up and show you the pockets and tuck spot. I used some twine to use as a closure, and there is I've made a little vellum flip part here as part of the cover. So with this part you can use some vellum, or if you don't have any vellum you can use just some of your a piece of scrap paper to create this little extra flip cover piece, or you don't have to add one of these if you don't want to. So they're the two little options that you can decide if you wanted to add this extra piece. But I thought this would just give it that extra fun interest to the cover of the flip booklet. And then I just cut another piece of scrap paper to create a little, like a little tab piece here, and punched a hole so I could add a little dangle and then add the twine. And then there is another flip part here that's part of the cover, and there is the little tuck spot here where I placed a couple of these little cutter parts from a 6x6 paper pad. And I thought this was just a cute way to create a little booklet or a little note booklet. And that's the back. And that's the little tuck pocket in the front here. Flips open, and I just did some embellishing here. But you can add another side tuck pocket here if you wanted to, by adding another strip of some scrap paper along here or down here. And you can just glue the three sides to create a side tuck pocket, or add another piece down here and glue the three sides to create another pocket. You can add a mini envelope here if you wanted to do that. But here is the pocket, and I placed a couple of tags and a pack of fabric embellishments. And so this is the pocket. So if you have smaller little pieces, you'll still be able to fit that in there, and you can still you'll still be able to peek through and easy to pull out. And so this is just another little place to add tags or a note card. And then it opens this way to another tuck pocket here on the corner here. And I did put a little mini envelope, a die cut, a mini file tab folder or note card. So that's that one there. So it's just a cute mini booklet that opens up like this. It has this middle pocket, and then there's another pocket here. So if you have little mini envelopes, you can place one here if you like. So you've got another place to add some more goodies. You can place one here as well, or you can go that way. And then you can also use your envelope to create another tuck pocket at the back for smaller tags and gluing that at the bottom. You could add another one here. So there is a lot of fun ways you could add more pockets or decorating with these 4 panels. So you just decide however you would like to decorate that. So I thought I would make one of these, and it turned out lovely. So I wanted to share with you the tutorial and the measurements if you would like to make one as well. I'll just put these away. And all you need is a 4x12 piece of paper. I did use double-sided paper, but you can use single-sided paper if you like. It doesn't really matter, but double-sided paper just gave me the 2 patterns, which is nice to see. And that's the front, and there's your back. really cute. So all I've done here is I've cut my paper at 4 by 12 inches. And if you have a 12 by 12 paper, you can make 3 of these, and then you can gift a couple of these to some of your crafty friends, or if you're in a group swap, and keep one for yourself. So this was the piece at 4 by 12 inches. I then cut a piece of vellum at 1 1/4 inches, 1 1/4 inches by 4 inches, and another little piece of scrap paper at 1 1/2 inches by 2 inches. That's for the little tab over here. So if you don't have the vellum, just cut a piece of scrap paper at 1 1/4 inches by 4 inches. So they're the 3 pieces you need, and I'll just grab my scoreboard. What we'll do first, let's score the little piece first. So if you don't want to use this little flip part here, you can eliminate this part, so you don't have to worry about this part here. But I'm just going to score on the left side at 1/4 of an inch, just 1/4 inch. So just a little score line on the edge. And then this little piece here, we can just fold this in half on the long side. So fold that in half. So we'll just get these pieces ready. Keep losing my bone folder somewhere on my desk. Oh, here it is. Just going to press this down. So we've got those 2 pieces scored. So I'm just going to grab the, not go that way. So I'm just going to have the cover, which is this part here. I'm going to have that facing down. And then we're going to line it on the 12-inch mark, and we're going to score at 2 3/4 inches. 2 3/4. 5 1/2 inches. 8 1/4 inches. And then 11 1/8 of an inch, and that's just that little green mark after the 11-inch mark. So I'll just repeat those score lines again. 2 3/4 of an inch, 5 1/2 inches, 8 1/4 inches, 11 1/8 of an inch. So that's the scoring down for that. And what we'll do next is we're going to grab this first panel, and we're going to fold that towards you. And then we're going to fold it back. Just going to press down those score lines. And then we're going to go back the other way. And you will notice that that score line is not in line with the folded part, and that is what we want here. We wanted that to be away, so that when you fold this towards you, it just gives you enough room for your closure to open and close. So then we've got that part done. So you open this up, and then you'll have this part. So it's sort of like an accordion fold. So we've got that all pretty much done now. What we'll do now, we're going to create the angle cut that we've done here. So if you don't want to have this angle cut, you can leave that alone and just leave it like this, and then this just becomes a top pocket. But the reason why I did the angle cut is that if you want to have some shorter tags or some smaller pieces, you can still be able to see it through the height of that pocket. So I'm going to angle cut mine. So it's the part that we've sort of sandwiched together like that. We're going to cut sort of like that, or like that. So about halfway down on that fold line, and you're going to cut up to that score line on both of these pieces. So I'm just going to grab my small trimmer, So I'm just going to line this folded part down in there, and then I'm going to cut from that score line down. So I'm just going to bring it to the blade, and then I'm just going to make sure the cut finishes about halfway. Hopefully you could see that. Oh my God. So let me just get that. I mean, you can use your scissors and a ruler if you prefer. So you want to make sure you really get that right onto that score line. Don't try not to go over the score line. And keep this piece because we're going to use that. So I'm going to bring this back this way. So now what you're going to have is you're going to have this part now as your pocket. So what we'll do before we glue this down, we're going to grab this piece. So this was the part, if you're not going to use the extra piece for the flap for the closure, you can go right ahead and just glue this side down and then glue the bottom, and that will seal your pocket. And that's all done. And then you can start corner rounding your corners and start embellishing, and then you've got yourself your pocket. And then I'll show you what to do with this part once I've done this part. So we will add this piece, and what I'll do here, I'm going to just give this a little angle cut, just like that. So, and I'll fold this back. And what will happen is this little piece here that we've just folded, that's going to get placed inside that part. We're going to glue that down, and that's going to get placed inside there. So it'll be sandwiched between the folds, and then that'll create that little flip, and it'll be hidden at the back there. So I'm just going to grab my glue. Slide that in there. Just get it all lined up nicely. So it's just sitting at the back there. And now we can open this up, and then we can glue this bottom part and this side and the bottom. And that will now give us that angle pocket. So we've created now the little extra little flip piece here. You've got that for your opening, and now you'll have your angle pocket and then this back part. And you can corner around your corners on your closure if you like. Just sort of decorates the booklet a little bit more, and just sort of gives it a more tidier finish if you wanted to do that. Might even do the vellum piece too. So that part's all done, and I'm just going to grab this little piece for the little tab part. Just do that as well. And you can place it wherever you like. I'll just place it in the middle somewhere. And just enough so that there is a bit of a gap between the two flaps. I'm just going to punch that hole. So I've got somewhere to add the string. And I'm just going to mark the other side so it lines up. so I could see where to punch that hole. So now I've got my 2 holes, and then I could just add some string, and that part's done. And then you have this little piece. I'm just going to cut this in half at that fold line. And this is also an optional piece. This is the part where if you don't want to add those little tuck pockets that I have, you have these 2 pieces, and you can place these anywhere you like. Now, and they're double-sided too, so you can have one over here like that, like I have here, and all you do is just glue down the 2 sides at the back, and then glue that down that way, and then you'll have that tuck pocket. You could have it this way if you like. You can have it that way. So this is a fun little piece that you can play around, you know, and then you can also do it on the inside. You could use these as a template and cut up some more, and then add one on each panel if you wanted to add more little tuck spots. So you can place that down here, so you have the top pocket there, and then you have this little piece. So you can also have it this way. So I like these 2 pieces. They're fun to play around with, and you can add them to wherever you like. So there's that one. You can go there. You can have that there, or like that. So that's the extra 2 pieces, and then you can just place it wherever you like. I'll just put one. I'll put one here just because it's the same, just so you can see it's the same as my other one. If you wanted to do it the same as that, I'm just going to glue and place that there. And where did I put the other one? I'll place that on this side, and then it just breaks up that pattern. So I'll just glue down these 2 sides. And when you want to add this piece, try and keep that a little bit away from that fold line, so you have enough room there to be able to move this so it's a bit more flexible. If you have it too close to the score line, it might catch and won't close. So just have that a little bit away from there. So now you've got yourself that little tuck pocket there. And then you have the angle pocket up here. It's cute having these 2, and they just peek out nicely on the top like that. And then you have that extra one there. And then when you've got some vellum, it has a nice little window where you can see a little bit of the pieces in the pocket. And that is all there is to this really cute mini ephemera holder flip booklet. I hope this is a fun little project for you, and you give this a go, and I'll see you soon in my next video. Bye for now.